Hey guys, what's up? It's Pixelated-Apollo. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you guys are doing well, and hopefully you didn't miss me too much. I know it's been a whole 24 hours since the last upload, but it's great to be back. And of course, it's great to be talking to you guys. So today, we are going to do a very cool 2v2 online battle of Napoleon Total War. This one has everything that you can hope for. Fancy mustaches, fancy uniforms, lots of artillery, rockets, bayonet charges, cav charges, line battles, and of course, some sick trumpet playing. So let's go ahead, check out the armies that are going to be fighting in today's battle. We have Sweden and France is located way over here. So let me go ahead and show the mini map so you can see the army locations. And then their two opponents, we've got Prussia and Austria. Now, if we look at their formation, it's pretty obvious that they want to camp and like defend this little town. I don't know if the players agreed to that. Oh, there goes the rockets. Already firing. But what's going to happen here is that they're going to put up like a defense and the other armies are going to attack and try to take it out, which is pretty cool. It should be a pretty cool like battle. So while they are still marching into position, let's go ahead and check out these army comps. We will start with Sweden in his infantry. He's got these nice column formations. He's got lots of line infantry over here. The lifeguards of foot. And I believe that's pretty much it. Yeah, line infantry and lifeguards afoot. And we also have the Jaegers as his skirmishing force. So he's got a couple of Jaegers in there. Up here, he has some horse artillery. And yep, there we go. The rockets already firing. So yeah, they're going after the horse artillery. He's got about 2 units of the 6-pounder horse artillery. For his cav, he's bringing a lot of different kinds of cav. He's got the dragoons. Lots of dragoons, actually, like 3 units. I believe he also has some hussars, and in the back, where'd they go? Here they are. He's got the lifeguards of horse, which is like a heavy horse. Pretty good in prolonged melee. So let's move on to his allies team, the French. He's bringing the chasseurs cheval. He has in the front lines, he's got the fusiliers of line. Very cool. I love this. The French army marching forward through the long grass looks amazing. And he also has the voltigeurs, so about like 3-4 units of them. And then in the back, he has his more elite troops like the young guard and the old guard. Oh yes, respect the old guard. And then here is the general way in the back, just, you know, making sure everyone's staying in line, listening or following orders. He also has more cav and artillery over here. He's yeah, a couple of units of artillery. The fancy French artillery that I don't know how to pronounce, so I'm not going to try. And then over here, the Austrians, he's got some heavy cav, I believe, a couple units. He's got, let's see, the Hungarian hussars, which look amazing with the green and red uniforms. And their armies are kind of scattered, but he's got a lot of Hungarian fusiliers for his line infantry. Oh man, those rockets are shaking up the screen here. He's got the Archduke Charles Legion, and he also has the 1st Regiment of Emperor's Own, one of my favorite units in the game because they look so cool. You know, the nice white and red uniforms. And in the back here, he has his artillery, which is the 7-pounder howitzer, so 2 of them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I think he's got some, of course, some Jaegers, Silesian Schutzen, or actually, no, I think Prussia has the Silesian Schutzen. So let's move on to Prussia, who's bringing some foot guard. He's got a lot of musketeers kind of scattered around the town here. And let's see, he's also got, let's see, musketeers, foot guard, so lots of elite foot guard. He's bringing some heavy cav, some lancers, and there's his rockets, of course. And he's got the Silesian Schutzen that are stationed in this building right here. So about 3 units of them. Unfortunately, we cannot see them. All right, so now what we're going to do here, guys, is wait for the armies to get in position. So let me go ahead and just cut the video, and we'll start it up once the action begins. Okay, welcome back, guys. So Sweden has pushed forward his troops way on this flank. We can see that Austria is getting ready his line infantry, his good mix of line infantry, and France is still very far away. So this is a little troubling for Sweden because he can easily get double teamed here, and that's actually a very valid tactic that the defenders should really think about doing, is just, you know, spamming their infantry and just overwhelming the Swedish forces and taking them out one at a time, and then once they take out Sweden, they can move over to the other side and then take out the French. Now, I don't think they're going to do that because we can see here that Austria is really spreading out his forces. He's getting ready to hold the choke points, which we got one choke point, this road, and then we have another one over here. So, yeah, even Prussia is sending over some musketeers to hold that choke point. The rockets are now focusing down the skirmishers here. Oh, that was pretty gross, but you know, the rockets, they're more they look more intimidating than they actually are. They don't get tons of kills right away, but they do some pretty heavy damage if you just sit there. So there goes Sweden. He's going to push forward his Jaegers, try to get them in range. They got some nice vegetation over here kind of protecting them, and of course they've got the good camouflage of the green uniforms. There we go, the first volley of the battle. Here comes more rockets. Oh my god, how terrifying would that be, seeing that crashing in. Oh, well, a pretty good miss right there. The lifeguards afoot are actually falling back. He's going to leave the Jaegers in the front line, though. He's going to, you know, let them sit there because they are getting some pretty good harassment on... Are they actually going for the Silesian Schutzen, I believe? So we do have a bit of a skirmish battle here at the beginning of this fight. And Prussia is now committing his skirmishers to help the Hungarians in their time of need. And Sweden's gonna pretty soon begin their assault. Here comes, oh, I just love seeing the rockets come in. It is so cool looking. Here comes another one. Yeah, they're not really killing too much though. I mean, they're going after these skirmishers. They've only killed about 7 of them. That's it, 7 after like multiple volleys or multiple shots from the rockets. See, we also have some line infantry kind of pushing on the flank over here. He might be trying to cross this bridge, but it's going to be very tricky. This is a very narrow bridge. But the skirmishers are still going to town over here. Doesn't seem like the Hungarians or the Prussians are too worried about it. They're just going to let them sit there and fire. I don't think they're getting a ton of kills. There goes another volley. They've only lost 8 men now, so they got 1 more guy, or 2 more guys after that. But, oh, here we go, guys. Here we go. The Hungarians are pushing forward, and what a very costly mistake there. Sweden was well prepared for that engagement, so they had their guns ready. Unfortunately, the Hungarians were not, so they're going to fall back, or the Austrians, I should say. It's just because they have Hungarian units in it. I will occasionally call them Hungarians. But yeah, Austria, it looked like they were going to go for a nice advance there and begin the line battle, but they're wasting too much time. It's kind of too late now. They could have double teamed Sweden, but now France is just getting closer and closer and closer, and France is really not in that much of a rush. So hopefully they can try to double team Sweden to win this battle, because if they get sandwiched in between France and Sweden at the same time, it's going to be a tough day. It's going to be a long day. But look at this, guys. We do have some cav coming in, going after the Jaegers. The lifeguard afoot are going to hold their ground, take out some of the cav. He's going to quickly try to form square. It's a little too late there, but I still think he's going to be able to accomplish that. So yeah, we do have a couple square formations here, firing nice, you know, from all different directions. We got a nice melee going on. Rockets still coming in. The line infantry pushing forward. Prussia having a very unorganized formation here. Really thick lines. And in fact, the lines are overlapping, which is never a good thing in Napoleon. But at least they are getting some suppressing fire on the Swedish line infantry. See what's going on this side. Looks like they're just holding back, you know, the skirmishers for Prussia, still firing at the Jaeger position. Most of the fighting is taking place over here, so we're gonna sit tight here, guys. Enjoy the show. Prussia's going for a charge. Why is he going for a bayonet charge here? That is very questionable. He should have just, you know, continued to fire in the line battle. But Sweden's going to form square against that melee charge, and he also has more troops in the back supporting the troops who are stuck in melee. And he's going to fall back. His lifeguards afoot on this side. So Prussia, you know, that was a very strange maneuver, and the Hungarians are not helping him in this time of need. That is really, really confusing. I'm not sure why they're not pushing up together. But Prussia's doing some damage. He is certainly doing some damage. You know, the foot guards are really, really good. Musketeers getting up there. Let's see. There they go. In position to fire. They are taking some casualties, though. The drummer is playing the silent drums. The worst of the drums, the silent drums. And Sweden's falling back. He is just falling back, which I think is a good move. There's no reason to lose your army before your French allies get in position, but he's getting closer and closer. Pretty soon that his skirmishers here are going to engage Prussia. He's got his foot guards watching over this road, and he also has more musketeers watching this side. So, you know, they don't really have a good skirmish capability on that other side of the battle. Well, let's see what the Swedish line infantry can do here. Got more artillery coming in. That's actually Sweden's artillery crashing into... Actually, is it? I don't know whose artillery that is. That might be the Hungarian artillery. But there's a lot of carnage going on in kind of like the no man's land in between the two line infantry. But the Hungarians are now pushing to join the fight. So very strange that the Hungarians and Prussians are fighting at different times. There we go. Nice volley from the Archduke Charles Legion. Oh, a lot of earthquakes going on during this battle. Crazy artillery. Line infantry actually moving forward a little bit. Gonna try to fire back here. Oh, the rockets are coming in. That is for sure. Got more line infantry mixed in with some Jaegers. That's a very good combo. They're actually doing a decent amount of damage against the line infantry. This is just a brutal place to fight. I mean, the vegetation, it's not like a lot of trees, but it's these really big bushes that makes it very hard to see your opponent from the point of view of the soldier. Now, of course, if we look overhead, it's pretty obvious where the battle lines are. But now Prussia is pushing forward. So Sweden is officially getting double teamed, but he is putting up a great fight. And hopefully they can make some progress. The Prussian-Austrian alliance, they can make some progress and destroy the Swedish lines. We do have some line infantry breaking, but we also have the Dragoons charging into the center of the fight. Looks like he wants to get some cav charges here. Let's see. Here comes the cav charge. Is he going to be able to charge without them forming square? Yes, he is. Prussia is not aware of the situation. I think it's because he was looking elsewhere on the battle, and that was a fantastic charge from the Dragoons. There they go. Look at him just swing his saber around. Fantastic. So the Musketeers are going to try to hold their ground. Let's see what else is going on during this this situation. Actually, we got more cav coming in. It looks like Sweden wants to get more cav action in the fight. His line infantry are still holding. The rockets are still coming in, but he's going to commit another cav force. Actually, nope. He's holding his ground with the hussars. There they go. There they go. Fantastic. So they should be able to break this musketeer unit since they can't form square. Very good. So now there's a gaping hole in the Prussian-Austrian alliance. And now he's committing more line infantry over to the center. So Sweden did an excellent job in that engagement. Outnumbered, but not outplayed. And he did a fantastic job with his cav, waiting for the ideal opportunity to crush the line infantry. Now, if we head over to the other side, France has now got his skirmishers in range. Now, it's good to see the Austrian skirmishers also in range. I guess they were hidden. I didn't see them before, but we got a nice skirmish battle going on between some, some skirmish troops. So it's a little too late now. So now, I mean, it's not over. The battle's obviously not anywhere close to over. But Austria and Prussia are going to really struggle against this two-man front. It's good. Oh, don't listen to him. Yeah, you hear that? That was bullcrap. Look at the balance of power. It's glitching out. I don't know. Napoleon does that sometimes. But yeah, this battle is far from over. Don't listen to the game. Yeah, but you see how they're like dividing their forces up? You know, Austrian skirmishers with the Prussian line infantry. I don't really like to do that because I like to have my army focusing on one flank. And that way I can micro my army a little bit better and I can kind of see what's going on, you know, instead of having to look back and forth and making sure I'm supporting my ally in every action. Let's head back over to the Swedish side here in the swamps where things are getting pretty intense. Austria has, you know, they're holding this slight ridge in the tree line, which is probably a smart decision at this time of the battle. Make Sweden go in, make Sweden attack, And I think Sweden's going to go ahead and actually push forward some line infantry. He's got his lifeguards afoot. Well, actually, he's fallen back. He is fallen back. Those rockets, man, doing some pretty heavy damage. We still have the Schutzen over here from Prussia in the thick of the fight. So Sweden still has to take out these couple units. But I think he's going to try to regroup his forces here before he engages. And he's also... Oh, look at this, guys. Look at this. Is Sweden going for another vicious cav charge? Rockets coming in, but that's okay. The cav is very determined to take out these skirmishers. I don't think Prussia's well aware of this situation because, remember, guys, he's probably microing on other parts of the battlefield because he has his army so spread out. So fantastic charge from the life guard of horse. Should be able to break these guys pretty quickly. And they might even be able to take out the other unit that is trying to run away. They're like, oh crap, the cav is charging. Let's get out of here, boys. Quickly. See what's going on over here. We actually have some line infantry, some Hungarian Fusiliers, but remember the Swedish forces over here. He could send these guys in to flank around. Oh, we got some troops running. What do we have over here? What is this? Oh, it looks like some cav was being chased down by the Prussian cav. So not a big deal, though. It wasn't like a major event in the battle. Okay, so he's going to fall back his lifeguards of horse. It looks like they did enough damage. He doesn't want to lose too many. Rockets still coming in into the lines of Sweden. We can go ahead and head back over to the other side. Things are getting pretty spicy over on this side. We got the old guard in the fight now, in the thick of the fight. Trying to break down these very thin but heavily, well-positioned positions. France is trying to break through the choke points is essentially what I'm trying to say. With the old guard and the skirmishers in the front. Also, we've got some fighting going on here. He tried to charge in some of his cav here. It does not look like it was too successful. Looks like the amount of forces, the amount of gunfire was able to just slaughter them before they were able to charge into the front lines. Oh, let's see what's going on this side. Let's see. Things are getting pretty tough here. I mean, he needs to spread out his lines here. His lines are a little too thick. France is going to be able to, just swallow him whole and just flank around and just surround these forces. So let's see. I think he's just going to do a brutal charge here with the old guard, which is always great to see. I love seeing old guard, going bayonet first. Here we go. Here we go. Yes. Quickly before they get another volley off. There we go. Very nice charge. Here comes the next unit about to charge in. Take out those foot guard. And yes, sirree, Bob. Wonderful. And then we've got the troops on the flank. This is what I'm talking about. Being completely outnumbered. And he should be able to flank around. Not that he needs to flank around because the old guard are doing an excellent job in melee. So a nice aggressive play here from the French. Dolphinator 9000. What a name. Okay, so now we have French cav also breaking through the defenses, but we have the Hungarian hussars trying to stop their advance and trying to protect their skirmishers from getting run down by the French cav, but it's not looking too good here. Also, the French are forming square because the hussars are charging in, so that was a good observation there. He should be able to cut down these hussars here. The young guard. Oh, do we have another? Oh, we got another charge over here. Fantastic. So the French getting really just bloodied over here. Just, going bayonet first. He wants to break through the defenses and help his Swedish ally. And then he's got his heavy cav in the fight. And more rockets coming down on Sweden's side. So things are kind of slowing down over here. Sweden doesn't really have an army left, but that's okay because he's done enough damage against these Hungarians and against the Prussians. So it's going to be a pretty close fight. It looks like Sweden's going to regroup his line infantry and go for a push. He is getting shot pretty hard from the rockets and the skirmishers in the back there. So we'll see what he can do here. But he's just kind of letting his French ally do some heavy lifting now that, he's done most of the heavy lifting in this battle so far. But the Hungarian or the Austrian cav trying to run down some of these forces here. So they're trying to get rid of the French skirmishers. Here comes rockets now. Are you kidding me? So the rockets changing directions. Beautiful. Looks like the Hungarian or the Austrian cav. I keep saying it. The Austrian cav having some success. Corsairs. Or not Corsairs. Whatever. Heavy cav. Whatever. Corsairs. That's third age. Alright. There's more fighting going on over here. So I think the Young Guards should be able to hold. I don't know. This is a pretty close battle. Let's see what's going on here. I thought Sweden here was going to go for a push, but he's actually just falling back. And he's going to sit back and just continue to fire from the artillery. This is a really good position with the Swedish artillery. So yeah, he's going to try to weaken that line infantry so they can't go over to the other side and support against his French ally. As long as... Oh, he's going for a cav charge here. And he's going to form square. That is a well-timed square there. And he should be able to break this cav. I believe so. Yes, they are breaking. So that's one less thing to worry about. More rockets coming in. Oh, hold the phone, guys. We actually have some Swedish forces taking the building over here. So they're actually getting a stronghold in this town. So that's now going to be a thorn in the side of the defenders who are trying to protect this town. Also, we got... What the heck? We got cav charging into the rockets, so they must have went through the same way that infantry went, you know, on that bridge. They're trying to fire their artillery point blank at the cav, but it looks like these cavs are, you know, they're too strong, and they should be able to take out all of this artillery. So the defenses have been penetrated. There's gaping holes in the Prussian-Austrian alliance. And France is still looking really healthy, guys. I mean, we've got a lot of forces over here. Of course, we've got a lot of infantry over here, but it's still pretty close. I mean, this is still anyone's game. I don't know. I'm actually kind of surprised at the amount of casualties the French have lost. It's a good amount. They were doing some pretty crazy YOLO charges there. And, you know, I kind of expected France to continue to push and help their Swedish ally, but this is it. This is for the game right here. Whoever can win this engagement, I think they can win the battle. So Sweden is going to wait patiently, and the Hungarians are pushing. They got to watch out for that artillery, which is firing from that hill. There goes the first volley. He's clumping up his forces, which is never a good idea. Oh, here comes the artillery. This is a very important moment in the battle. This is for the win right here. I'm just going to call it. Whoever wins this engagement is going to... Oh my god, the artillery. It's just... I don't know why he clumped up his forces, but I assume he's out of ammo, and he's going to go for a melee charge. He just has to get in the fight, and hopefully his men will not break. But no, we've got wavering soldiers, and Sweden is holding their ground with such depleted but elite forces. And that is a massive rout. Look at the bird's eye view. All those white uniforms retreating from that front line. That is really, really tragic. And, you know, I like the risky play there, but it did not pay off. And now Sweden is open to charge forward, take this hill, and put some pressure on what's left of Prussia. We do have some infantry fighting in this building here. So they are trying to tussle for that building. And France is now pushing forward. Well-timed assault. You know, they're trying to push together, Sweden and France. And they're going to close the jaws on this defense. Look at all the Prussian forces here already just, you know, losing hope. Their morale is shaken. And we've got what's left of Sweden getting close to the hill here. They're going to finally take out the, you know, the nice position, this defensive position they've been fighting for this entire battle. The general is also getting his saber wet. And, oh, actually, huge chain rout. What's left is his general staff. So I think it's safe to say that this battle is now over, unless this lone general can save the day, which is very doubtful, especially since he broke before he even charged in. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up today's battle. That was a fantastic ending there. The fact that Sweden was double teamed and able to just hold off Prussia and Austria. I feel like Austria and Prussia, they were a little too hesitant. I feel like if they just attacked Sweden a little bit more aggressively, if they dedicated more troops over to that side, because earlier in the battle, France was so far away that it would have been too late. So I think they missed an opportunity there. But let's go ahead and look at these stats. By the way, this was sent in by the Swedish player. No surprise there, because he played so well and took on, you know, 2 different players. So thank you. I'm on Oz. I appreciate it. He got 1,213 kills. France only actually getting 563. So France really kind of suffering on the other side, even though he had those really epic infantry charges. If we look at the other players, a little pretty much even in kills, 876, 780. But here's the unit stats. The most kills, 183 by the lifeguards of foot. So yeah, his lifeguards of foot did an excellent job. Top 3 units right here. He's got another one getting 104, line infantry 106. So he did a great job with his army, able to hold off so many units. Also, he did a wonderful job with his cav. And I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. It was a pretty interesting one, you know, out of the norm from the standard Napoleon battles. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, a comment, and share. And if you haven't subscribed and you want to see more epic battles, be sure to do that. Be sure to do so now. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.